Greetings. I am the Grey Wolf Akama, and today I am going to be doing something a little bit different than my normal gameplay videos. I would like to talk a little bit about the game developer by the name of Undead Labs. Undead Labs are responsible for a game called State of Decay. For its faults, it's a decent game. It did a lot of things right for a zombie survival title. Character progression made sense. Zombies are balanced, so you can't take them all yourself, and you actually have to switch between survivors. Guns and melee weapons are similarly balanced. The story was decent, and the voice acting was actually well done. There are dwindling resources because, who goes to the store to stock up empty houses so you can loot them again? But the game is not without its faults, however. The driving is clunky and difficult, and this is mainly due to the vehicle gravity being greatly reduced. It's like driving on the freaking moon. This can lead to some amusing, albeit frustrating, car crashes. And this game was blatantly a multiplayer game, but that feature was never added, ever, until State of Decay 2 was announced at E3, which is the reason I'm recording this. All in all, I enjoyed playing this game, and sometimes I still do. For all its faults, I could forgive it because I bought this game in early access. Now, let me tell you how early access works. When a developer is having trouble releasing a game, it still needs work. It is an unfinished product. So they release it as is, and in exchange for buying an unfinished product, the customer would receive future updates and, in fact, the finished product for no extra cost, because we're helping the developer and telling them how to make their product better. However, Undead Labs apparently was not aware of this. What they did, I think, was extremely underhanded. Not only did they put out 2 DLC packs on a game still in beta, which admittedly I fell victim to both times, they then abandoned the game after one update in 2 years. They abandoned the game. They pulled it from Steam, gave it a massive graphical overhaul, made the cars drive normally, and then released it again as the Game of the Year edition, which they titled Year 1 Survival Edition, an amusing 2 years after release. Now, this is where it starts to get a little bit underhanded. Now, let's do some math here. The original game cost $20, which isn't so bad. The Year 1 Survival Edition cost $30. But here's the best part. The people who bought the original game had to buy the game again in order to get the newest update. They were forced to shell out $50, or $64 if you bought the $7 DLC, on what should have been a patch to a $20 game. That's a real kick in the face to the people who bought the original in early access. They had to spend more than the people who just bought the finished product. That is a real slap in the face to the people who bought the game in early access. Bear in mind, they were buying an unfinished product. You would think we'd be entitled to some kind of compensation for buying a broken game. That's just insulting. So I spent $20 on the base game and an extra $14 on the 2 DLC. I sank $34 on this unfinished product, and then when the Year of Survival Edition comes up, it's an extra $30, so I would be spending $64 goddamn dollars on a $30 game. That's more than twice the price for the suckers who bought the game in early access. I paid to test this unfinished product, and in exchange I should get future updates and, in fact, the finished product at no extra cost. But Undead Labs instead decided to punish their beta testers by forcing them to shell out double the price of their $30 game. Tell me that is not absolutely insulting. Tell me that's actually good business practice and that my trust was well placed. Seriously, please tell me that this is an acceptable thing to do. Undead Labs has betrayed my trust with this game, and I refuse to give them another single penny. Now, the entire reason I'm recording this is because they just announced at E3 this year State of Decay 2. But if it's anything like what Undead Labs did with State of Decay, this will be another buggy, unfinished piece of crap that's just another money-making scam. Call me jaded, but I don't want to buy a $60 full-price release, have 2 years down the line have it be pulled from the shelves and re-released for even more money. Again, I'd be the sucker who bought from Undead Labs in early access. In short, as a developer, Undead Labs are assholes and absolute garbage who basically said fuck you to the people who bought in early access, who told them how to make the game better and gave them money so that they could finish their game. Now, if you take any message from this rant, please let it be this. Do not trust Undead Labs. Do not give them a single goddamn cent. They fucked over their own beta testers to get where they are, and they do not deserve your money. Let them die.